And we're recording. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ladies Power Lunch. I'm having the best day ever, and it's Friday the 13th. So, this should tell you something about the kind of energy that we're going to be bringing to Free Gift Friday today. I have with me a dear, dear friend, and she's going to share some amazing information with us. But before we get started, I'd love for us to get to know everybody who's here on the call with us. And I did post the link for those of us who are watching live over on Facebook. I did post the link for you to join us in Zoom. So if you'd like to hop on over, we absolutely welcome you. Lorraine, you want to tell us who you are and what you do? You're freezing a little bit. I don't know if the connectivity
Am I
issues.
freezing? You're freezing.
Oh, I'm freezing. We're all freezing. So, Lorraine, tell us who you are and what it is that you do. And Lorraine is still.
When you want. Yeah. Should I start?
Yes, please go right ahead.
Okay. Hi, thank you. My name is Lorraine Sanborn, and I am the owner of a business called Fabulous Begins at 50. And I work with men and women over the age of 50 and younger, but my focus, because I recognize that the products that I've chosen to use are with a company called Isogenics. And not only am I healthier, I'm looking for people that want to join my team and find a way to create an additional income stream at the same time they're getting healthy. So if anybody is looking to make some additional income, then please reach out to me.
Awesome.
Lorraine Sanborn with Isogenics.
Excellent. So, I like it when we join over here on the Zoom call because it gives us an opportunity to see the types of women who can be benefited by the person who is sharing with us as our speaker. And today I would love to introduce to you, she's a part of my world and I'm looking forward to her being a part of your world as well. Please welcome my friend Akanke. Akanke, will you share with everybody what it is that you do in the world, the wonderful, wonderful things that you're supporting women with?
Thank you, Davia. It's a pleasure to be here. What I support women with is showing up authentically and being beautiful, experiencing more love and abundance in their life through that authenticity. I have a business called Ascension, and a shoot off of that, or an offshoot of that, is Your Soul Brand. And that's what I'll be talking about today. Being authentic and having that authenticity enliven your brand, whether you're business owner or a coach, or enlivening yourself in life through all the things that you do. There is an essence that is within you, and when we bring that essence to how we live life, and there's a saying, how we do anything is how we do everything. So you bring it to your business, you bring it to everything that you do, and that's your soul brand.
So why, as entrepreneurs, we're here trying to basically keep our businesses running, even though we're going through times that are a little bit unusual. Why would you say that this is important for us to pay attention to now?
Because your business is you. You give life to your business. And when we are aware, living in self-awareness of how we're being, and bring that to the fore, bring that to its best, nurture that beautifully, then we nurture all the things that we do in the same way. So it's important, because how we do anything is how we do everything. And we are the touch point. We are our brand. We're souls. And as souls, we have to nurture that soul, and we bring that soul to everything that we do. There's no way to escape it. So life is a spiritual experience. That's just my belief, and that's the truth. And everything that we do comes from that essence. We are souls right now talking to each other, whether or not we embrace that or accept that or not. If anything were to happen to me in this moment, I'm no longer here. I mean, like right now, anything could happen. If that happened, what would be gone would be my soul. And so that's just the reality of who we are. So it's important because who we are is what we bring to everything that we do. And whether or not we're in challenging times or flourishing times, how we are soulfully dictates how we get through those times.
I would say that what you are talking about will resonate certainly for a lot of the people who are part of Our Ladies Power Lunch group, because I think we like to think of ourselves in this group as heart-centered
Mm,
entrepreneurs,
yeah,
the type of entrepreneur that's really focused on getting that soul connection, if you will,
yeah.
with their clients. So I see how what you're talking about would make sense for the people that are usually drawn to us and the people who are usually listening to us. How do you usually go about starting this sort of work with your clients?
The first thing, the essential thing, is doing an assessment to help them determine what their archetype is. It's
Ooh,
a way, yeah, it's really,
archetypes. I like
yeah.
that. Say more about that.
Yeah, well, it's really interesting in terms of archetypes. The concept of archetypes is old. It's universal. You can think of certain people as a hero, or as a lover, or as a humanitarian, and we each have an archetype. And this assessment helps us to see what our archetype is, and in seeing that helps us to get aligned with that in our business. So this particular assessment is particularly called a brand archetype assessment, to help the person understand how their archetype affects and impacts their brand. So when we know that, when our archetype, which I would say comes from our soul, when it is aligned in not only in who we are, but informs how we do business, then we flourish, because essentially we attract who we are. And when we are being authentic, and when we are clear about that and who we are, and embrace that, we flourish, we blossom, we grow, and we have fun doing it, and we create more abundance, we create more love, we create more beauty, we create more confidence, and all of those things add up to being more successful at what we do, because we are firm and resolved, and have certainty in who we are and how we are moving forward in life. And the assessment helps us to get clear. I'll say, for example, and some of us, I'm a multi-passionate person. I have lots of talents and things that I do, but there's one particular thing, one part of my essence that permeates everything. And when I originally did the assessment, it was just so clear and spot on, that I knew this was something really very beneficial, for not just for me but for others. So my archetype, for example, is the romantic. I love love. I love beauty. I love spirituality. And in knowing that that is my archetype, my dominant archetype, now everything that I do is resting or embracing that, resting on that and embracing that, and sharing that and coming from that space. And there are certain clients who are attracted to that. There are certain clients who are attracted to the energy of love and beauty and sensuality. And when I say beauty, I'm talking about the inner beauty and the inner love, and how that manifests outwardly. So that's just one example of the archetype. And we each have a dominant archetype and an influencing archetype. And through the assessment, the process helps us to not only know what those two archetypes are, but also helps us to understand who the clients are that are attracted to us, and what our brilliance is, what our expertise is. It's really, really eye-opening and transformative just to learn that. And my point is to say, if you have competing passions, this will help you zoom in on what your primary archetype and dominance is, what your primary essence is, and bring that to everything that you do, and celebrate that.
So you, ahead of our call today, you sent me my questionnaire for me to do my archetype. And guys, I just want to say, I do have a full-time job. I didn't get to the quiz. I'm looking forward to doing it, however, because as you know, I do so many different things, and it would be really, really interesting to
Mm,
kind of figure out what is the thing that I'm doing that is should be my dominant
mhm,
area of
mhm,
focus. I think that's where I am going to benefit the most from what you are offering. In terms of clients, though, who are going through this archetyping process with you and developing their soul brand, what do you think are the biggest benefits that they get from really exploring this sort of thing?
The biggest benefit is congruency and alignment. And that, when you are aligned with your purpose, when you're aligned and congruent with your passions, when you're aligned with your essence, your garden grows in an evergreen way because you are no longer pulled in different directions. You're very clear and focused. So it streamlines, it brings alignment, it awakens, it causes your whatever you're doing to have a clear path. And when we have a clear path, our ascension, our growth, our actualization, personally, our self-actualization or the actualization of our business, is benefited by that, and it's accelerated in a way that, if we did not have that focus and that alignment and that congruency, then we would be struggling. We would be trying to figure things out. We would, be going down the wrong path, even. And so this is the greatest benefit: congruency, alignment, and the impact that that has on direction and ascension and actualization of you personally and of your business.
I really like that. Do you think, Akanke, that one of the reasons why sometimes as entrepreneurs we don't achieve the levels of growth and the levels of income and influence that we're looking to achieve, do you think that sometimes it's because we end up sort of sidetracked because we're following the soul plan of another person or of what we think society might have decided would be our soul plan?
Well, I definitely think in society we are not nurtured and conditioned to really know ourselves intimately in terms of understanding who we are. So we get misdirected, we get misguided, and we get distracted from that inner knowing. There is an inner knowing. I believe that the creator of all things, the source, has put an inclination in each one of us. And our goal and our purpose is to know that inclination. What has the creator inclined us to do in service to creation, in service to others, in service to our family, in service to society, in service to business? And unfortunately, we're not nurtured to have that awareness and that understanding. So we get conditioned to, be things that our parents may want us to be or things that society says we should be, instead of really leaning into the essence of who the creator wants us to be. That will benefit our family, that will benefit society, that will benefit the world, because it's part of our divine plan, our divine prescription for us to serve God's creation. So, unfortunately, that is something that's not really, we're not conditioned to do. And I'm here to change that. I'm here to promote that. I'm here to help people to really lean into that aspect of us that the Creator has blessed us to, um, to be and to express, and how that informs everything we do, our relationships, our business, our everything.
I like what you're saying. I like it a lot. I think perhaps we both come at it from a little bit of two different points of view, but I think we end up right on the same road. I always think that everyone, or maybe not everyone, but almost everyone then has something that is their genius, something that they are amazing at, and that many of us go from day one to day last, and we never ever figure out what that amazing thing is, what that beautiful thing is that we are meant to share with the world is. And I think I started thinking about this a little bit more when I started having children. And I always thought to myself, my job is as the parent to expose them to as many options as possible so that whatever their brilliance is, they can find it, and not to be the parent who perhaps, because everybody knows I'm a kid of immigrants, right? Not being told, okay, you're going to be lawyer, doctor, engineer, or accountant. Like, not to put them in this box, but to give them an opportunity to discover what it is that is the beauty that's within them. Does
Mhm.
that feel like that aligns with what you are talking about?
Absolutely, it aligns definitely. That is what I'm talking about. That we our goal is to be in alignment with that innate brilliance, that innate beauty, that innate quality that the Creator has given us to express through and to live through and to contribute through, and to be comfortable with that, to be confident in that, to celebrate that, to own that, and to be that ultimately.
Just want to take a second to say hi to some of our friends who joined us over on Facebook. We have Lynn. She says hi. She's sending us lots of hearts. I'm encouraging everybody to just drop a comment in the chat so that we can know that you're there and you can be entered to win the wonderful gift, the wonderful, generous gift that Akanke is going to be sharing with us today. Believe me, guys, you're going to like this. Want to say hi to Mickey. Manda is over there on Facebook. She says, life is a spiritual experience. Yes, thank you, Akanke. What beautiful energy you bring. And you do. Jamie is watching over there. She says, hi, everyone. Christy is watching. And Christy says she loves the idea of a soul brand. And Jamie says, this really resonates. I've worked in corporate for so long that I feel like I need to rediscover my authentic self.
Mm.
I'm so used to pursuing others' priorities instead of my own. I know what that's like, Akanke, because I am also a corporate refugee, right? So I know exactly what you mean, and maybe this is going to be a really great opportunity for me to figure myself out. Christy says you need to let us know what you are when you find out, Dr. Davia. And Lynn says alignment is key for sure.
Mm.
So, what do you have to say for us corporate refugees? What hope is there for us?
Well, corporate life is not all bad. It may be a matter of just aligning your true authentic self inside the corporate environment instead of trying to be someone else that you think you're supposed to be within the corporate environment. Um, you know, I have studied multiple intelligences, if you will, and one of the intelligences that I've studied is emotional intelligence. And there's a study that was done by an organization many years ago that said that if two people get hired by the same company at the same level, they have the same credentials, they come in at the same level, the difference, the one who really succeed is the one who has the highest emotional intelligence. In other words, they manage themselves and authentically and their relationships, they manage their emotions, they have empathy, they have it's the one who has the soft skills that really helps one to stand out in the corporate environment, let's just say. So corporate life is not all bad. If that is your path and you're doing it powerfully and authentically, then you show up authentically and contribute authentically in a way that you dictate, not in a way that the environment is dictating. And in order for you to do that and to stand in that power, you have to know yourself. You have to know that essence, that archetype, and find a place that can use that as a strength. And if you're in a corporate environment and you're feeling incongruent, then that's a sign, because everything starts with self-awareness. You have to you have to know that you can't pretend I'm here and I'm happy when you really are not happy, and you're just there for, to collect a check, or because it's what all you can do at the moment. So it begins with awareness. Are you congruent or are you incongruent? And if you are incongruent, then there's a way to get that congruency and that alignment, to see if it can be done in that environment, or if it needs to be done in another environment. And everything has its phase, and maybe if you're not congruent in that environment, then that phase is over for you. Everything has a season. It's time to move on to your spring or your summer or your next season, whatever that is for you.
I love that. I love that. And you're getting a lot of hearts and likes over on Facebook. Jamie says, great points. So, we could sit here and have this conversation all day, because it's so wonderful, and it's one that can get very, very deep. But unfortunately, for Free Gift Friday, we only have a short amount of time in which to fit a lot of information. So, do you have any final words for us about this this important topic? What are your final thoughts?
I always like to remind people that life is a journey, and it's a journey from source back to source. And in between, our job is to use the blessings that source has given us to actualize ourselves, and to be mindful of that. And there are different ways we can do that. Through the lens of self-awareness, through the lens of spirituality. And this particular tool, the archetype assessment, helps us to get aligned with that essence, with who we are, with what source has given us, the blessings, the uniqueness, the blueprint of our particular soul. It gives us insight into what that is based upon your answers. You tell us basically, and then we tell you what you told us by your responses to the quiz. So if you're really feeling you need greater alignment, go for it, whether it's with this assessment or something else. Don't live your life from source back to source being out of alignment. You are meant to flourish, you're meant to be blessed, you're meant to be joyful, you're meant to be excited about the journey. And even in trying times, you're meant to have strength and faith and hope and resiliency until you ride through the tide and get back to your shore and actually begin to thrive again. So, and when you're grounded in your essence, that will help you. When you're grounded in knowing your archetype, your primary dominant essence, then that will help you get through everything, I believe.
I love that. And so, based on that, I think that now more than ever, we all need to have this information. So, it's Free Gift Friday, and we will be giving away a free gift. Akanke, will you share with us what is this wonderful, generous gift that you're sharing with us today?
Sure. So the assessment, the archetype assessment, is a wonderful assessment that is the beginning of understanding your soul brand. And I'd like to offer this as a gift for the free gift, the giveaway. To how do you choose who gets the gift, Davia?
Okay, so how we choose the gift, it's a very transparent process. Hi,
Okay.
Hannah. Hannah's just joined us over on Facebook. It's a very transparent process. It's been audited by our accountants. No, it hasn't. But basically, I have these little pieces of paper, and they're really little tiny post-it notes. And all I do is everybody who joins us on the Facebook or here on the Zoom, I write their names on these little pieces of paper, and
Wow.
then we choose
Oh,
the
wow.
winner for the day. So it's
So
very
you're conducting an interview and you're looking at people's names and you're writing their names and everything at the same time.
multitasking.
Amazing.
Listen, I it's interesting because I should really say that probably multitasking is not one of my strong suits, but I do it every day, every single day.
Amazing.
So there's that. So
Okay.
I'm
So the
really,
assessment
really,
is the gift. That's the gift.
yep, the assessment is the gift. Wonderful. And so I am going to invite you to connect with our winner today. Can everybody?
Len Gallant.
Lynn Gallant is our free gift winner today, and we're joined also by Robin
Congratulations.
over on Facebook.
Hi,
So,
Robin.
congratulations, Lynn. You are our Free Gift Friday winner. Really happy that everybody was able to join us today to have this conversation, which I think is so important about making sure that we are operating our businesses in the very, very best way that we can, especially during these times that are times of transformation.
Mm,
It is such a pleasure, Akanke, to talk to you. It always is. I'm always so happy to see you. And
my
I
pleasure.
am so looking forward to sharing you with our group of women here who will benefit so tremendously from you because, yes, you do this archetype assessment, but it's just one of the things many wonderful things that you
Thank
offer under the umbrella of your company. So we look
you.
forward to talking to you more about some of those other areas in the
Yeah.
future. Thank you for joining us, Lorraine. Everybody who joined us on Facebook, thank you all so, so very much. And please enjoy this wonderful, beautiful Friday the 13th. Make sure that you make it the best Friday the 13th ever. Have a great day, guys. See you
Hi,
next.
everybody.
Hi, thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Akanki. It was
You're welcome,
wonderful.
Lorraine. My pleasure.